Just recently, I made a couple pretty big mistakes when flipping skins that will probably cost me a good amount of money. I'll be going over exactly how I messed up and how it happened. And you should definitely stick around to the end of the video because I will be explaining to you guys how you can avoid this same exact mistake so that you can hopefully save yourself a big headache and also some money. All of that right after a quick word from today's sponsor, which is Skin Club. Skin Club is a popular CS2 case opening site with a ton of different provably fair game modes, like case battles, upgrader, and more. They also have daily cases, a ton of different deposit methods, and just as many ways to withdraw your winnings. And the best part is, if you wanted to try it out, you can use code DNB or the link in the description below for a free 10% bonus when you deposit. They also have a limited time event going on right now where you can earn rewards just by playing on the site. 18 plus only and play responsibly. And huge thanks to Skin Club for sponsoring this video. So over the past couple of days, I've been flipping skins, and my way of flipping skins and what I think is the best way right now is by using CS Float, coming over here to the top right and clicking on the newest tab. And then all you have to do is just set your price range. So the price range that I was looking for was like 50 to 600 because I actually had a decent amount of balance because I ended up selling all of these skins in my inventory. And then also coming down here and clicking on buy now because we don't want to see any auctions and excluding rare items. So right here on this page is pretty much all of these skins that could be potential flips. And whenever you see a new skin get added, what you want to do is click on the skin, look at the latest sales, and if you can bargain on the skin for lower than the latest sales, then that will probably be a good flip. For example, on this Huntsman Knife Tiger Tooth right here, if I bargain on this for $235 and it gets accepted, it would probably be a pretty good flip because all of the recent sales are for about $250 or above. And over the past week or two, since I had a good amount of balance, I was just looking through all of these skins trying to find good flips. And I was sending countless offers. As you can see here, I was sending so many offers and almost none of them were getting accepted. Now this is normal a lot of the time. Most of your bargains won't actually get accepted. And you're probably pretty lucky if you send 20 bargains and one of them gets accepted. But believe me when I tell you that I was sending like 70 or 80 bargains and I had none of them get accepted. So it's safe to say that I was getting a little bit impatient. And right there is where I messed up. In all of my videos, I always tell you guys to have patience whenever you're flipping skins. And I broke my own rule. I started to get super impatient. And what I did is I just started sending bargains on pretty much every single skin that I could find that I could bargain for under the market value. Normally, I would do a little bit of research on a skin before I bargain on it, but I just started getting really impatient and I ended up buying these driver glove black ties for about 97% or $5 under the market price. And this seems like a really good deal because if we look here, I can probably sell them for $201 and the float is pretty nice. Now it is on the lower end of field tested, but the float is not red. And what I mean by that is if you have the extension downloaded, when you look at the latest sales, you can see that some of the floats are red, which means it is a bad float. And this float is not red. So I really thought to myself that this would be a good flip. Although what I failed to take into consideration is the pattern ID on the gloves, because if we look at them, they actually look pretty beat up. And this is something that I just didn't think about when I was buying the skin at the moment, just because I was being super impatient and I wanted to get good deals. I had so much balance just sitting in my account and I couldn't find any skins to spend the balance on. And I've had these gloves listed for $203 for about 9 days now. It says only 4 days, but that is because I relisted them one time and they're just not getting bought at all. And the reason why is because if we look at my gloves that have a float of 0.30 and we look at these gloves which have a float of 0.33, so technically a worse float, we can see that these gloves actually look better than my gloves do. On the right glove, there is like almost no wear on the knuckle, but if we look at my gloves, they are completely decimated even though they have a better float. And the worst part about this whole entire situation is that I did not only make this mistake once, but I made it twice. With these snow leopards in field tested condition, they were originally listed on the new tab for $440. So what I did was I sent a bargain for $414.97 and it got instantly accepted. And as soon as it got instantly accepted, my heart kind of dropped because I realized, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that if they got instantly accepted. And I was correct. If we look at the recent sales for these gloves in a red float or a similar float, we can see that they sell for about $4.15. And if I sold those gloves for $4.15, I would actually just end up losing about $8 in fees. So the lesson to be learned here is, number one, to have patience, and number two, to do research on skins before you buy them. Now, obviously, I knew that gloves had different patterns, but I didn't think that they actually affected them that much. I've been flipping skins for a couple years at this point, and I still failed to realize that the float on gloves sometimes doesn't really mean anything, because you can have two pairs of black ties, and the one with the better float can look worse. And this is just something that I failed to consider when buying these skins, and looking back on it now, I wish I would have considered it. And if I'd been more patient and I had spent more time doing research, maybe I wouldn't have made these mistakes. I hope that you guys learned something from this video and from me being an impatient idiot. Unfortunately, sometimes things happen, and this isn't such a huge mistake. I'll probably end up losing on these two pairs of gloves maybe $10 total. I honestly don't think it'll be that much. It might be like $5 or $6, which sucks because it's setting me back about 2 weeks, actually about 3 weeks. But I know that I will be able to make that profit back elsewhere, and from now on, I will probably just be staying away from gloves. By the way, guys, we now have a Discord where I am doing a ton of giveaways. The most recent giveaway winner was actually just picked last week, and I will be doing a new giveaway next week. So if that is something that you are interested in, definitely make sure to join. The link will be down in the description below. It is also just a really cool place to hang out and talk with like-minded people, and also stay in the know about news relating to CS2, as I post most of the stuff that I make videos about in the Discord beforehand. Also, YouTube tells me that up to 90% of people watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you just checked and you aren't, please make sure to hit that sub button and click the bell so that you never miss another upload. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one.